start with this free webinar that we do. My name is Ben Gromyko from InterNACHI. InterNACHI is the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors. We do a monthly webinar for inspectors. It's free and open to everyone. And tonight, Russell Buchanan from HomeGauge is joining us. He's going to do a demonstration of his software, tell us all the cool things that are out there available for inspectors to use to write inspection reports. And then he'll answer some of our questions. So I'm glad you're here with us. Welcome. If you are a non-member and attending this webinar tonight, I have a special offer of 50% off your first year membership to InterNACHI. If you're interested in that, contact me at ben@internachi.org. And this is the HomeGauge website. If you didn't catch it, it's HomeGauge, one word, HomeGauge.com. And Russell, if you are ready, I'm going to hand it over to you.
Yes. Hey, Ben.
If you can hear me, Russell.
I can hear you. Can you hear me okay? Are you able to hear me okay, Ben?
There you are. So
okay, good.
I'm going to make you the presenter. I'm going to give you control of the screen.
Okay.
So folks, while Russell is making his presentation, if you want to ask him a question, roughly halfway through, in about a half hour or so, we'll open up to questions, if that's okay with you, Russell. Just type in the questions on the right side of your screen, and I will gather them as the webinar proceeds, and we'll ask Russell questions at the end of his presentation. So feel free to type in your questions. And anytime you want to go, Russell, it's all up to you.
All right, I'm working on a little screen right now, and I'm just trying to minimize this window here.
Take your time.
Okay. Sorry about that. We'll keep moving it out of the way here until I figure that out. Just want to thank you, Ben, and thank InterNACHI for inviting me. Russell Buchanan, I'm the president of HomeGauge, also a home inspector. I've been in business for quite a few years, and over the years we've enjoyed working with InterNACHI and seeing InterNACHI grow to the leader it is today. HomeGauge has been around since like 2001, and we got inspectors in every state in Canada and Australia and a few other little places. But what I want to do is just get started. I think the topic of this is cutting edge technologies, which HomeGauge software pretty much is cutting edge technologies. Let me just start with opening up this sample report. And if any of you guys have not seen the software throwdown between me, Home Inspector Pro, Best Inspectors Net, and 3D that InterNACHI gave last month, I believe, you could go watch that again later. I'm at the last segment, and I've got about 7 minutes of information there that you can watch. I'm not going to try to repeat a lot of that, and this will just allow me to continue. I think I found. Okay, sorry. Hide control panel. There we go. All right. So just real quick, HomeGauge software sits on your computer, Windows 7, Windows 8. It doesn't need the internet to work. It does need the internet just like any other software. When you need to email your report, you can email a PDF, or you can use our services, and it incorporates the ability to host HTML, which is like a web page. So when you upload your report using our services, your report literally is HTML. It literally works just like a web page. That allows you to have several things that a PDF can't do. One is expanding pictures. So when your buyer and your agent clicks on them, they have expanding pictures in high definition. Video in your report. It's a great marketing tool. You can also use it for defects. Obviously, that would be a great use of the video. But marketing, just being able to stand out in front of the home and do a little 10-second pan of the front of the home works really well. I've got some inspectors that are doing a lot of out-of-state buyers, out-of-country buyers in Florida, one guy in particular, and he says that it got him business. All he did was stand in front of the home, took his picture, and then turned it to video mode and did a 360, just a turned around 360, showing the neighborhood for these out-of-country buyers and some group, and he swears by it. So video is really cool. I'll just go down here and show you just by clicking on the picture. It expands. Now you can see the details that normally you can't. So your buyer and agent can click on these like that. Cloudy window. Let's just show a couple more. And we'll come down here. This right here is just showing somebody the buyers where their filter's located. I don't think you guys can hear it the way my headphones are set up, but it has your audio in it. This here is a great little video that shows a series of investigating, and I eventually lead them outside and show them where the leak's coming in, but it allows you to have shorter comments and by incorporating video. All right, so this is HTML. One other feature I want to show you is this is more cutting edge technologies. Is if you look at the very top of the inspection report, when your buyer signs in and they see the report, we can have them come to your website to pick up the report. If you put your mugshot there in the top right, like mine, yours will be there, your name and all. Over on your left where it says HomeGauge, that'll be your logo. Directly above that, you have Google Plus and Facebook Recommend. These are really powerful social network links. And so when you sign in at HomeGauge, get a username and password, you go to your company information, and you'll put in your website there. You don't have to have a Facebook page or Google Plus page. Just put in your website. And then when your buyer and your agent looks at your report and clicks on this Facebook Recommend, it'll take your company logo and your link to your website, and it'll have a little statement that says something about them having a home inspection, and they can comment or whatever. And then when they hit OK or whatever, it posts on their wall to all their friends. So, you know, each buyer could be worth 100 or 2 friends. These will give you impressions on your or hits for your website. And then even if they're not looking for a home inspection, if you offer ancillary services, then they can be prompted to maybe use you for radon or lead or some other type of service. So just a little feature there by hosting your website, your report with us. We're giving you other marketing opportunities that you wouldn't have normally by sending a big bulky PDF. Okay, so let's move away from the report for a minute, and I want to try to show you some videos, just a few of some of our. We had a little contest, and inspectors that use video, we pick and choose to show other inspectors good ideas, good use of the video in their report. And so this was an inspector, Joby McDonald from Checkpoint Property Inspections, and let's see if we can get this one to play through the speaker, the microphone.
Wanted to point out that the garbage disposal has been improperly connected. The neutral wire is connected to the ground wire of the supply, and that is causing the kitchen sink to become energized when the garbage disposal is used. If you notice, my tester is not coming on at this time, but as soon as I turn on the garbage disposal, the sink becomes energized.
Okay, and that's just a good visual. Let's look at another one. This guy here uses an infrared camera.
There's information here about an infrared heating system in the home. So we've had that on for about 25 minutes now. And take a look at it, the infrared camera. You can actually see the heating coils there in the floor. They're a red color, indicating that they're a warmer temperature. They're around 85 degrees versus 73 for the ambient floor temperature. So then that goes throughout this room here. I'll show you here the infrared camera. All the coils are heating up here.
So that's J.B. Anderson. He submitted that video. We've got a couple more I want to show you. Hang on, let me get this ready here.
Okay.
We got a sewer leak right here. It's all dumping into the crawl space, and got basically open sewage right underneath here. This is a major health concern, and this definitely needs to be repaired.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, and let's just look here. This is another good example of why video can add life to your report. Let me click on this. I'll just read this real quick. James Chiato of Top Knot said, too often we find gas leaks and the sellers and their contractors don't find them or believe us afterwards. This is the first time we're adding videos to our report. I think they'll believe us now. Thank you, HomeGauge. And this is another one he submitted. Okay, and just good to show a few examples. I love these little war stories. And I've got one more I'll show you. I think this is pretty cool. The guy ran the shower, and down below he got this. Okay, so putting video in your report works. Buyers love it. Agents love it. No other inspection software can do it. That's one more reason why you want to market it right now. Eventually, I know our competitors will try to come out with it. But HTML is the cutting edge. It allows so many more things. I'm just touching in on a few. We've got a lot of other things coming this year too that will incorporate the power and advantages of HTML. So stay tuned with that. Now, let's move out of that for just a minute, and I want to show you, I did a real quick 7-minute demo earlier in that InterNACHI software throwdown, and I didn't really get to finish a couple of what I think is cutting-edge features in HomeGauge. So hang with me. I'm going to throw a few of these out. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and select New and select a template, and when you select a template here, you've got several different templates to choose from. Here's InterNACHI. We're just going to go ahead and stick with the InterNACHI system by system, but I also have the commercial one here. We're going to open up this InterNACHI one. Now, pictures. Take your camera card, stick it in your computer, and then you hit Browse and go find your pictures. You can also just download them to a folder and then go find your folder, and your pictures and your video, if you have video clips in there as well, will line up on the right side of the screen like a film strip. Those of you that like iPhone, iPad, the Android phone, there's even a quicker way that just negates all of this by using the Android device, the HomeGauge companion we call it, and the iPhone or the iPad. You're able to go to that item with the iPhone or with the Android with your template there, take a picture, and it stores that picture already at that item. So when you come out here to cloud it up and you bring it down on the HomeGauge 5, all you do is come up here to find that answer, hit Edit All Photos, and hit Find First, and it will take you to each and every photo like rapid fire. As fast as you can put an arrow on, it just takes you to the next one and to the next one. Pictures takes the longest on any inspector trying to put the report together. By using that device, you automatically get your picture where you need to. However, on HomeGauge 5, if your pictures line up on the right side of the screen like a film strip, there's your cover page. Let's go over here to General, and then we're just going to drag this picture in. And then here I can choose large, I can choose extra large. It's medium by default. I can brighten it, I can add contrast to it, and then select OK and drop it in. Our next picture, we'll go to exterior, and then here we'll go to Windows, and we'll select Repair Replace, and then bring the picture in and drop it in. And then here we can just come up with something about the bush is too close to the window, and you guys can type in the comment, or we can use auto comments, but I'm just trying to set you up a little example here of a few things first. All right, and so now's a good time just to show you, you can stretch out your picture pane, and if you stretch it out far enough, you'll get several rows. You can come way out if you have a whole bunch of pictures, and you see your screen will change shape, and there's a little thumbtack here, a little push pin. You can untack it to give yourself more room, and then you can just navigate this way, but I'm just going to push that back. Just want to show you that, and then we'll put this back to about two layers thick here. All right, and so now what I want to do is I'm just going to go to wall covering, and I can multiple select. So if I wanted to use this one and this one and this one, and I'll scroll down and I've got another one here, it would actually remember, it does remember the order that I selected them just now. That way, in case the narrative writers can or have already wrote in their paragraphs and they're already identifying which photo they're talking about, when they come over here, they can select the order and it'll fall right in place. But right now, I'm just going to select them, and as you can see up here, it says Insert Selected, or this other one to the right, it says Insert Selected without editing. So if I hit that, they're all just going to drop in. But I'll hit the first one, and what that does is allows me to, as fast as I can, just to go ahead and put like a circle on that one and identify that. It brings up the other one for me automatically because I batched them in. And so one by one, they'll just come up, and then I can embellish them. And I think I got one more. And so we'll just go like this. All right, and drop that in. And then for my repair replace, and then I'll just use auto comment. And we'll drop in the EIFS. And as you can see on the right, it shaded those. And so that's just to help you whittle down your pictures. And if you didn't want to see them, you can select the little minus sign and actually hide them all together. But if you need them again, you can select Add to get them back, and you can reuse them. We just shade them so you know that they're used, that you've already used them in the report. And then I'll just do a couple more here. I'll go to stairs, and then here I'll just bring in the set of steps here, and then here I'm just going to draw a line, and I'm going to go T for text, touch the screen, and then now I can type in what I want, or I've got my little keywords here, and I'm going to pick one called slippery, and then now I can just put that in there like this and drop it in the report. All right, and then I can come over here with my magic wand, and or I can type it in, stairs, need cleaning, and sell it. And of course, you'd have a better comment than that. But I'm just kind of moving through. And so I'll give you an example of itemization. So here's stairs, and we're going to hit repair replace. And let's go to guardrails and railings. And let's say I wanted to use this one here. I just drag it in, draw my little circle here if I want, hit OK. And then I've got another one right here where it says number 10. And I want that to go under railings and guardrails as well. I'm going to hit Itemize. This will be the first one here, and then this will be the second one now. And so when I bring this over, I can talk about this handrail at a different location, maybe a different problem. So here's my first one, talking about the handrail at steps. And I'm just going to speed through these. I would have a better comment here. And then this one here is going to talk about the walkway or breezeway trim and guardrail, whatever. And so I'm just putting some words in there so you'll see it here in just a second. And then here we have propane tank, and I looked here in the template, and I have to admit I don't use this template anymore because I don't do inspections anymore except a few each year, and I keep my license current. But in this particular template, I don't see where I can put this underground propane tank. But I think if I had to, I would put it under the interior fuel storage. But this gives me a good opportunity to show you how to edit the template, which is another cutting-edge technology at HomeGauge because it's very easy to edit. So here I am in the plumbing. I can select Add T. You see this little button up here. When I select it, now I can type in underground propane tank, And whether I use this again and again, or whether I exclude it by default next time. But now I can go ahead and say repair, replace. I can bring this picture over, and then I'll just I'll drag this picture over right on top of that one, and I'll go T for text and just say water, and drop that in. And propane access is wet, etc. And, you know, just imagine a nice comment in there. Okay, and then video. Once you get to your video, they work just like a picture. So I'm just going to go over here to built-in kitchen appliances, dishwasher, choose repair, replace, type in my comment, or I can use my little auto comment, and I can just drop that one in like that, and then bring this video in. And when this video comes in, I can hit play and watch it. I can, let's say that there's a little bit of wasted time in front of this. So at this point, I can hit set start, and it eliminates the start part, and then just makes it shorter for you. And then when you get to the end, if there was a part that I wanted to clip, I can just pause it and then drag it to where I want, and then hit set end, and then hit OK, and then that'll fall into the report. It's just compressing now, getting ready to be viewed. Okay, and then you can just do a few more videos this way and just drag them into the report. Now I'm going to hit print real quick and just go into a little preview. And again, you can go to style and format. You can pick a different, you can have a grid look like this. You can have different colors. You can, but I'm just going to go back with this one. I chose the Canadian Nachi blue, and I'm going to select OK. And so this would be your report, and here would be the items that the pictures that we just put in, and then, you know, we itemized, and itemization works like this. With this particular format, handrail accepts, and I'd have my long comment and a picture, and then walkway or breezeway, and I'd have my comment or picture. So this is just one look that we have. We have another InterNACHI look for the states, and then you can have your own look too. Lots of different color and different formats like that. Okay, moving along. Let's go in a little faster now. I want to select template here, and I'm going to pick an InterNACHI template. I'm going to show you how to duplicate really quick. If you want to duplicate, like say if we're in interiors, I can click on components, and there's interiors. So if I touch interiors, I can come over here and duplicate. Now I can name my rooms. And so I can have a kitchen, living room, and I can keep going. Or heating and cooling. Maybe you want to duplicate your heating and cooling. You could have whatever. It could be maybe whether it's a heat pump or a furnace. And you can set up, if you got two different units, I guess you'd say something like that. We select OK. And then up here at heating, we'd have the furnace, and in this particular example, a furnace backup. So here would be our furnace, and then this would be our backup. Okay, so duplicating works really well. You can do the same thing with the InterNACHI commercial. So over here on the InterNACHI commercial, when you get into units like offices or whatever, you can come over here to where it says interiors, and then hit duplicate, and then now you can call it suite, rooms, or units. But, you know, suite number, whatever, 102, and suite number, and then you can name them units or whatever. All right, and then when you select OK, it just creates those units. So each time you walk into a different unit or room, you can name it. So here's suite 102, and then here's suite 103. If you got more, you just go back here and just keep building it that way. Okay. And editing the template, let's just go wild for just a minute. I'm going to select template here, go back to InterNACHI, and so when you're at an inspection item, all you got to do is hit the Add T button, type in your item. Like this one will be roof X, and now you have a new inspection item called roof X. But let's go further. Styles and materials, roof covering type. We need to add a new type. You just edit that style of material, which is roof covering type, and now you just add a new type, and that's going to be roof X, whatever that is. And we're going to select OK. It falls to the bottom. So now we have a new selection called roof X. All right, how about a new section here? Let's go to components. We need a new section. How about extra building? We'll click Add T. We'll type in extra building. And now we have an extra building. Let's go into inspection items. There aren't any. Well, I can select Add T and type in roof. And I could just keep on going down the line. But, you know, I've already got a roof over here. And in this roof covering, I've got a bunch of auto comments here. So with roof covering here, I just hit Copy T. And then I come over here to extra building, and I hit Paste T. And then all my auto comments came with it. And let's go to styles and materials. So here's roofing, styles and materials, under roof, and there's roof covering type. I hit Copy T, and then I come over here to extra building, and I hit Paste T, and all those styles and materials came over with it. So editing the template is super easy. You can literally build your own template. All you got to do is just know how to use the add edit, and I just showed you. It's that easy. When you get through, you hit Save T or Save Template, and it saves your changes. All right, let's look at a reinspection. Reinspection. Oh man, HomeGauge makes it profitable again. All you got to do is go hit open, and let's say that this lady here is ready for her reinspection. So with it highlighted here, I just come over here and select create a reinspection. I can create a copy, but I don't want to do that. I want to create a reinspection. When I create a reinspection, it just tells me what it's getting ready to do. But now you see today's date, January 28th, so I'm going to open it. And all it does is it hides everything that I have already checked off that wasn't considered a summary item. Anything that is a summary item has been flagged, and the directions will tell you that. I'm just moving through it faster. So I'm going to hit Find First. So here's my first flagged item on the roofing system. See the X's? Those actually were good during the original inspection, so I'm not answering those. I'm only answering the ones that were in the summary. And this particular one, let's say they fixed it. All I got to do is come to this little wheel and hit pass or fail. Now you can edit your own words, but I'm going to pass this one, touch it, and drop it. It does a timestamp here and automatically drops it in. I take the flag out. I hit find next flag. Takes me to my next flag. These doors, they weren't fixed. So I'm going to come over here to the wheel, and I'm going to hit fail. And in this case, the repairs do not appear to be adequate. Maybe that's a little too harsh. How about they just didn't do the work? So I can add me a new item here, except I've already got this open in another report. So anytime you're doing a webinar or something, you're going to get caught on something. All right, so let's just move on and select this one. And so then I take the check out, and I come down here to decks. Let's say they fixed that one, so I'm going to pass it. All right, and then let's say this bush here, they didn't fix it, so I'm going to fail it. So you literally can go through, and I was going to show you, but I've already opened up this, I saved this, I've used this template since I've opened up this thing. But what I was going to show you is that you can select this add button and add a new pass or a new fail to your choices. But as soon as you get down through the list, and when you hit print, it's only going to be those areas that you've repaired. That you've inspected that either got repaired or they didn't get repaired. And I didn't go all the way down the list, but this would show you a pass or fail right here. And then you can have them print in red. Like for instance, if I come over here and I go to the fail, I can highlight that and turn it red by selecting the edit button, and then my comment would be in red. Okay, so the reinspection feature works really great. When you get to the end, you just upload it, and all you have is just only those items that you were supposed to do in your reinspection. Ben, I see I've still got it. Just give me just a few more minutes. Autofill. Let's go to Autofill here. And Autofill works really good. Let's go back to InterNACHI for a minute. And Autofill is a great feature. Let's go to exterior, and let's say that every time you go to a development, a certain subdevelopment, everything's the same outside. It's the same siding, it's the same sidewalk, etc. So you could come through here and go ahead and fill this out because you're there that day doing an inspection. And for whatever reason, let me go to drainage, and let's just say that there's some drainage areas that is typical of this particular development, and let's pretend that that was a really nice long paragraph. Let's go to styles of materials, and it was lap siding. Siding material was vinyl. The doors were steel. Appurtenance was sidewalk and deck, and everybody has a concrete driveway. Now, autofill, I can come up here and go report, save report fill, and it'll say, what do you want to save? And in this example, I'm just saving the exterior, and I'm going to save it and call it AYZ development, and I'm going to hit OK, and it saved it. So now, a week or two later, I'm out doing an inspection, and I come into this development, and I open up my report. You see over here on exterior, there's nothing been checked, but I tell myself, oh, you know, I've got an autofill for that now, so let me go over here to report, apply report fill, and when I do, it says which one. I say AYZ one, and when I select OK, all the information has been applied now. So there's my drainage area comment. I go to style material. Everything's already been checked off. You can start with a completed report that way as well. And some inspectors do and leave off key items, key liability items. But I prefer to use it to kind of help you with certain development, certain areas like that, where you can already have a report fill saved. Auto include a line drawing. Let me show you how to automatically include a line drawing. That's a pretty cool cutting edge feature. Let's go to plumbing, inspection items. Let's go to water heating, and let me just push this back some here. Let's go to water heating, and here is a TMP pipe on the water heater. Needs 3/4 inch thread pipe within 6 inches of the floor, etc. And I've got a line drawing for that. And when I select that auto comment, I want that line drawing to be attached. So I'm going to select edit, and I'm going to go in here, and right here is a attach picture to include with comment. And so I'm going to go attach, and I'm going to go to my documents and HomeGauge, and then I'm going to go to drawings, and this is where we store your line drawings, and we'll use anybody's line drawings. You can put them here, and I can show you in a minute if we got time. But we're going to go to plumbing here, and then electric water heater, and I'm going to hit OK, and then I'll just put any kind of name there. And so now, whenever I have a TMP piping issue on a water heater, and I drop in that comment, it'll automatically give me a line drawing. All right, that one was blank, but I just picked the wrong one in a hurry. The other one has all your labels that identifies the parts. But anyway, that's how you can automatically include a line drawing. Automatically include a comment. Let's go to electrical, and let's go to smoke detectors. And let's say that every time you open up your report, you'd like for this comment to already be there. So you just go to it. The smoke detector should be tested upon moving into home. I select edit, and then I just put this check in here, automatically include this comment on report start, and then now it's automatically included. So I'm going to hit save T, and then the next time we go to open up a report and we go to electrical, you'll see smoke detectors, that comment's already been included. I got quite a few other ones here. I'm going to slow it down just a minute to see if Ben jumps in on me. But let me do one more real quick one here, merge report. We just kind of touched in on it the last video or webinar, so let me just open up an example. You got two guys that go out to the same inspection, whether they're using the Android, the iPhone, or whether you're using two HomeGauge 5 versions. It doesn't matter whether you got 5 inspectors on the site and everybody's got a version. It doesn't matter. Everybody does their part of the inspection. One guy does whatever, the roofing, the other guy does exterior, etc., or plumbing, electrical, and then they got to get all the reports into one mother computer And let's pretend it's this one. And they can do it by the cloud service. They can send the reports to the cloud, and then I can come here and say, get reports from the cloud and get everybody's report on here. In this example, I've got two. I did one, and let's say me and Ben did a home inspection together, and he did one, and he worked on the same house and did one part of the inspection, and I did. We put the reports together, and then all we got to do is be opened up in one of them. And this is it. This is 123. That's the one that I did with at the 311 West Street. And let's say that the other inspector, or Ben, did 456 was his ID number and report ID. So we know we got both of them. I got to open myself up in one of them. So I'm going to open myself up in this one, the 123 one. All right, and if you come here, you see I did roofing, but as an example for tonight, and you can see here I didn't do exterior. So the other inspector, or let's say Ben, did the exterior. So I'm going to say File, Merge Report into this report, and then it says which report you want me to merge. The one that Ben did, he did the exterior. So I'm going to say Merge. The report has been merged, and so now the exterior, which is what Ben supposedly would have done in this example, and then the roof is what I've done. So it put the two reports together. That's called merging, and that's good for multi-inspector firms, or even a single inspector. If you took your laptop with you and halfway through you decided to grab your HomeGauge companion and finish up the inspection, send the HomeGauge companion to the cloud, and then bring it down on here and merge your report. Okay, so that's merge report, and let me see. I'm going to do one more and then see if Ben will come back on and see if he has any questions. Auto include a document. So if I select an auto comment, and let's go with a manufacturer defect. Let's go with electrical, and let's go with circuit breakers, and let's go with this Federal Pacific panel. Let's pretend I have a document online I found on the internet, whether it's a Word document, a PDF document, an HTML document. I saved it on my computer, and now I want to go and attach it. So whenever I select this comment, it'll drop in the document. So I'm going to select Edit, and I can't do this one. Here, wait a minute. I'm in that merge report, so wait a minute. Let's start this again. So I'm going to go over here to electrical and circuit breakers, magic wand to get your auto comments, Federal Pacific panel. I'm going to edit that comment. I want to add a document. Now it says go find it. We tell you to go and store it in the HomeGauge folder, all your references or attachments. And in this case, I put it in the references folder, which is right here. And so there it is, Federal Pacific panel. So I select OK. And then here your customer will see this link. So you would want to type in something that will catch their eye and be spelled correctly. Federal Pacific panels, please read, dangerous, or whatever. And then we're going to hit OK and OK and OK ourselves out. And so we'll drop that in the report, and then I'll do a print preview. And we'll go into a print preview, and then I'll just scroll down and hit the attachment link. And then there's the attachment, Federal Pacific panel, please read, dangerous. And so your customer would be able to click on that, and when they do, they'll be able to open it and view the report, which is just this little fake document I set up. But that would be whatever you wanted them to read. Okay, I can keep going, Ben, but I'll pause and let you get back on here and see if we have some questions.
Yeah, you're doing great, Russell. Thank you. So I've got some questions, and
Or I can keep going.
Why don't you keep your window open just like that, and just in case one of the questions prompts you to talk about something else, and you can demonstrate it.
Oh wait a minute. You know what? I have you muted. Wait a second. All right, Ben. I'm sorry.
All right. Now you can hear me?
Yes, let me figure out how to get this show control panel. Okay, no. I'm back now.
Okay. Well, you can keep the window if you want, just in case one of the questions prompts you to do something within your software.
Okay.
So we have some questions, and we've got about 20 minutes left. William asks, how does the software, does it have a photo resizer? Now, we saw that, when you import a photo, it's defaulted to medium size, and you can go small and bigger. But, some are there restrictions as to maybe the size of the photos that you import? Is there a megabyte restriction? Like,
Right. So
take
when
really,
you're using the Android iPhone device, then yes, your camera needs to be set below 1 megapixel. It's going to be huge, and we'll still be able to do high definition pictures with it. But you're going to be moving that report across the cloud, and if you had 100 pictures that were 8 megabytes each, it would just be huge, and you don't need that many. And a lot of phones and devices will set you up with 8 megabytes or more. You'll just go to that phone, that camera's on that device, and set the camera app resolution below 1 megabyte. Now, on HomeGauge, it doesn't matter what you did. If you had a camera card and you took a bunch, I mean, on HomeGauge, on version 5, what we're looking at now, if you took a camera card with, I don't care, 8, 10 megabytes a picture and put it in there, it might take your computer a little bit of time to run it through, but HomeGauge will take it and crop it down to I don't know, Sean, my business partner, and the other nerds know, but let's say a few hundred K, enough to get a very large high definition picture out of it. So 600K, something like that. And so it doesn't really matter as long as you're using HomeGauge 5. But you're just kind of not really helping yourself by having your camera resolution turned up so high. It just doesn't need it. But HomeGauge will take it in and size it up for you. And then whenever the picture comes up here, you can choose large and extra large, and it'll display that way. I didn't get into edit default tool settings, but down here at the bottom, if you did the edit default tool settings, you'll be able to tell the software how to display your pictures. And I would just recommend you kind of leave that alone till you get, unless you're a lot smarter than I am, which probably wouldn't take much. But it's already set correctly, and it works great for high resolution. So whenever HomeGauge takes a picture, it saves it at a higher resolution because it knows that when your buying agent clicks on it, it needs to have that resolution in order to expand and display it in high definition. Did I answer that, you think?
yeah, that was good. That was good. So I want to launch a poll. Let's see if I can do this correctly for everybody. And we're going to ask a question. So do you shoot video on your inspections? So I'll give everybody, 10, 20 seconds to answer this question real quick. I think it'd be neat to see. We'll provide anonymous answers. We'll give everybody a chance to see what everyone else does on their inspections. Do we shoot videos on our inspections? I know when I was an inspector, I know Russell, you are an inspector technically. I shot a lot of video, especially of the roof, and then I showed that and I shared that with my clients. So
Yeah. There's nothing like it. We used to say pictures was worth 1,000 words, and of course video. It just brings your report to life. It helps you reduce your auto comments. You can have a straightforward written comment that satisfies the standards of practice, and then you can elaborate with a video. And it just adds a little personalization to your inspection as well. So.
Yep, and here's the results. We had over 80% voted, 75%, voted, and not the majority of them don't, but they're thinking about it. And I think HomeGauge will certainly allow you to start thinking about, adding video. I can see that it's fairly easy.
Yeah. Well, and I tell you, it's a great marketing tool, and I'm not surprised that a lot of them haven't done it yet because there's not a great way to display it. With HomeGauge, it works just like a picture. But let me give you really quick a great way to market yourself with video.
Yeah.
You just take a cover page photo of the house, and then you turn it to video, and you pan left to right or right to left the front of the yard, or if they have a really nice view of a mountain, and you throw that in your cover page. The second video you should do on every home is where your air filter is. Just pull the air filter out, turn it to video mode. It just takes less than 10 seconds. We're just talking about really short 10-second clips, and all you need to say is, and here's where your filter is, and you see the way the arrow is pointing. So when you replace your filter, make sure your arrow is pointing this way.
Yep.
And then the third item that you could use a video on is your water cutoff. A lot of times you can go over there to the water heater where there's a bunch of knobs and valves everywhere, and then you can just hit the video mode and say, here's your main water cutoff, this blue knob right here beside the water heater. So there were just 3 little short videos there that you could put in every inspection. And I promise you, and this is what I've told the guys that are already using video, if you'll just do that for 2 weeks and won't even tell your real estate agents, they'll tell you. They'll call you up and say, wow, I can't believe that. And the pictures, clicking on the pictures, expanding them. So a lot of inspectors, they still worry about the size of their report, right? But now with expanding pictures, you literally could actually put in small pictures, pictures that are intended to be clicked on, and they'll expand to the very large high-res picture. So you can shorten your report out by having all your little pictures in a small size, and then whenever your buyer agent's viewing it online, they can click on it and they'll expand to large high definition.
All right, so how about some practical stuff? What do you recommend about these videos and pictures? Like I used to carry around 2 cameras. One was just for my digital images and one was just for my video, and I had different cards. So you said when you take your pictures, you stick your card in. Are you suggesting that we carry a camera or 2 cameras, or do we use video on our phones? What do you suggest?
Yeah, I say keep it real simple, but I do know that we've got several inspectors who take pride in photography. Personally, it doesn't have to be that good. You can hold a pretty steady hand with your phone. Just as I don't come out with a tripod and set it down. I mean, that's all ridiculous. Literally, you could just hold your phone up there and set it to video mode. And by the way, you'd set your resolution on video mode down to its lower setting as well. And then just do little 10-second videos with your phone. You don't have to use a camera. If you use a camera, then you can take your camera card out and stick it into your laptop. But if you have a device like Android or iPhone, and you can buy the HomeGauge Companion, which is just a little add-on, it allows you to move your template over to a mobile device, and then that'll allow you to take pictures and video with that device. So I wouldn't necessarily do it. Now I have inspectors saying that when they get in the crawl space, they don't want to take their expensive phone out. They'd rather have a camera. And up here in North Carolina, we've got wet, nasty crawl spaces, large and small. Some you can squat and some you got to crawl. And so, I still, my hands, I usually have gloves on if I'm in a bad environment. When I get to an area, I can reach in my pocket, take my glove out, reach in my pocket, pull it out, take a picture, put it back in my pocket or video, put my glove back on and keep crawling. So I still would take my phone up on the roof, especially with a insurance program at Best Buy, one of those places. And so I take my phone up on the roof in the crawl space, but I know that some guys would want to do a camera. It's just one more device to keep up with. So.
And what about, can you explain about the whole idea of the inspection report being online because it has pictures that can expand and video? But what if my client has to be connected to the internet? They have to go online. Is there a PDF version?
Right. So you can email a PDF. A person will have to get online and check their email and save it off as an attachment, and then they'll have to open it.
Yep.
So there's a necessity involving the internet either way. In that PDF, you won't be able to host video, and I know it may come down the road with one of our competitors or more. It won't be secure with usernames and passwords. That's one thing about the HTML and our server is that it goes through a secure connection. We host the video. All they got to do is, and they don't know the difference. They get a username. So what we tell you is, why email a big bulky PDF? What you need to do is put the sign-in window on your website. We'll show you how, whether you have a website with us, which we make killer websites in WordPress, or whether you have a website with someone else. We can give you the login window to paste into your web page, and then whenever you upload your report, we'll change that link. So when they click on that link, it takes them to yourname.com. So now you're branding your website by having your buyer and your agent come into your website to pick up the report. So when they look at their email and put in their username and password, the report just opens up, kind of like what it did in the beginning. When I first started it. So this report will open up for them just like this, and then they can view it. And whenever they want to save it, they can come over here to PDF.
Yeah.
And really, PDF, this is about all I think it's good for, is saving a document. I mean, to me, it's clunky. I never have liked PDFs, but they can save it as a PDF. The video won't work. It'll be a little, it won't be a black screen either. It'll be a little text that says something about there was a video here.
Mm-hmm.
But according to your standards and practice, you're not supposed to put everything in the video. You still need a comment that describes what your deficiency is. The video just adds life, personalization, and elaborates on it. So they can save it as a PDF. The expanding pictures won't work, and the video won't work. But they came here first. They got the experience right here, a presentation right before them. And then when they go to save it, they just come over here, save it off as a PDF, and be done with it.
Someone asks, Rick asks, if he makes an error in the report and he sends off the report without fixing that error, can he go back somehow? Let's say it's the address or something, or the name is wrong or something like that. Can you go back and edit it?
Yeah, and so that's the cool thing about uploading your report is you may have a little bit of time when something like that happens. So you would go back to your list of reports. I'm going to see if I can get you back here real quick. Let's pretend that let's pretend it's this report right here. And, well, let's go down to, let me just look at one here real quick. Well, it don't matter, but let's say that I uploaded this report and I sent out the link. Well, what we do is we timestamp when they pick it up. So if you look here, it says that I did allow viewing permission and I sent it and the buyer viewed it. So in this case, no, the buyer viewed it too quickly. But let's pretend that they haven't viewed it yet. And you can look here and say, you know what, they haven't viewed it yet. Here you could just go ahead and hit manage and then delete that report. Then you would just open up the HomeGauge software, you'd be in that report and make that extra change that you wanted, turn right around and upload it again, and with the same report ID, it'll find itself. Here's your report info where you put your report ID. And so when your buyer and your agent signs in, if they haven't signed in yet, you don't even need to send them a notification again. The original email notification has their username and password. So when they sign in, they'll see the one that you just now fixed or changed, and they won't know the difference. And you'll be able to make your change.
Awesome. I have one more poll that I'd like to launch for everybody, and it's about InterNACHI's inspection graphics, because Russell was talking about line drawings and inserting them into your inspection report and how easy that is. Well, InterNACHI has an entire library of line drawings.
Oh, yeah.
And they're free to members. And so I'm asking this question. Answer it within a couple seconds here. I want to see how many people know or use these inspection graphics for their inspection reports. And they can be easily uploaded into the HomeGauge software. So I see in about 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, I'll close the poll in 3, 2, 1. No. So, no, you didn't know about the library. Well, I'm going to take a little moment here, and let's see if I can show you where this is. Right here. And we're almost wrapping up, Russell, with the...
Yeah, sure. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So let's see here. I'm trying to get back. I was going to take people to the InterNACHI graphics. There they are. So the graphics are at this URL. It's nachi.org/gallery. Gallery. If you go there, we have thousands of inspection graphics in our library that you can use. So let's go to exterior, and I like decks. And let's say the stairs has a problem with the spindles on the handrail. And so this is a picture here. And to download it in high resolution and to use it in your inspection reports, you just click that link. And so we've got hundreds, maybe thousands, I'm not even sure, many, many, many illustrations that you can use if you're a member of InterNACHI, and they're all free. And Russell, I know I have control of the screen, but maybe one more question. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
What about voice? What about using voice to write my inspection reports? I use voice for text and emails right now using my iPhone. Is it possible to use voice with HomeGauge?
Sure. Unless you talk like I do. And if you have that southern drawl, it just doesn't work well. But to give you an example, if you have the Android iPhone or on the HomeGauge companion, when you go to that inspection item, you can click camera, take a picture, you can click voice note and leave your voice note, or you can use your keyboard, and a lot of people may not know that, but you can buy different third-party keyboards that have the ability to turn voice to text. And you can hit the little microphone, and then you can say, the deck needs cleaning. But I've had that translation happen because of my accent. So you got to have if you're anywhere but I guess the southern states, and you know a lot of people don't have as sharp as accent as I do. It actually does pretty good. I've tried it out, and to be honest with you, I can make it work. I just sometimes I'd rather whisper a quick note while I'm down at underneath the kitchen sink, and not try to spell out or speak out what's wrong, especially if the seller or the listing agent's nearby, because then they want to get involved. But yeah, it'll do voice to text, and even the HomeGauge desktop will do voice to text. Even as old as Windows Vista, we had guys using the Windows Vista to make voice to text work, but we got guys using Dragon Naturally Speaking, and it'll work for you.
Wonderful. Well, that is our webinar, everyone. I want to thank Russell Buchanan from HomeGauge for joining us. Thank you, Russell. That was really great.
Yeah, and thank you. And I just want to say one more time, thank you very much for this opportunity, Ben, and for InterNACHI. You guys are great. I've gone to associations all over the United States and Canada. You guys put me in front of more inspectors than I could pay thousands of dollars to go to these shows. And I really appreciate it. Any of you guys watching, if you'll go to InterNACHIGauge.com, and I appreciate Ben showing HomeGauge, but we do have the software for sale at its best price at the InterNACHIGauge.com website. That'll take you to the iNACHI store, and you'll be able to buy the software from the iNACHI store cheaper than you can buy from us. And you can thank Nick and Ben and everybody at NACHI. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you again, Russell. And thank you, everybody. Again, if you have questions for Russell, I can relay them to Russell. So type them into your question box, hit send them to me. And in just a few days, we'll have a webinar recording for everybody and some additional information also. And so in just a few days, go to nachi.org/webinar, and we'll have the video recording of this webinar with Russell and HomeGauge and some additional information, especially that 50% discount for non-members for your first year at InterNACHI. So thank you again, Russell. My name is Ben Gromika from InterNACHI.
Thank you, Ben.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.